my biggest fear is that this would turn into a Woody Allen situation where the stepdaughter or the dad grooms the child and the child turns 18 and ends up running away with him. I told him, like, that was my biggest fear and I don't ever want that happening. Like, you can't do that to me. Like,
why would you say that to him?
Kissimmee, Florida, February 2024. A bright and beloved 13-year-old girl vanishes without a single trace. Her disappearance reveals heartbreaking truths, shaking the nation and sparking a desperate quest for answers. This is the tragic story of Madeline Soto, a young girl whose disappearance exposed hidden family secrets and left an innocent life shattered and betrayed. On the morning of February 26, 2024, just 3 days after celebrating her 13th birthday, Maddie left for school, or so her family believed. When her mother, Jennifer Soto, arrived to pick her up that afternoon, she discovered Maddie had never made it to class. Deeply concerned and anxious, Jennifer and her boyfriend, Stephen Stearns, approached the local authorities around 8 p.m. to file a missing persons report.
Of course. Do they speak English?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
This is Mom.
This is Mom? Okay. Hi there.
hey there.
Hey there. What's going on?
So my daughter was dropped off close to school this morning, but never made it. I went to pick her up from school.
I'm sorry, one second.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Are we looking for another kid or we have a kid?
Looking for another one.
Good,
Alright, so people are still on the scene, let's put that out. Any possible location, how long?
13.
I'm trying to get there right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Alright,
So she was supposed to be dropped off at school, didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up from school today,
Okay.
and she never came out. They announced it over the speaker, and I'm just like, maybe she walked here, because sometimes she'll walk here to this office. I came here, nothing. I went back to the school, they were closed. I got a notice, an email from the school saying she was absent, but I also messaged her teacher, and he looked at her entire attendance today and saw that she was completely not at school today either.
Okay.
So she never made it.
Okay. What's her name?
Madeline. Madeline.
Madeline. Last name?
Soto. Soto.
Soto?
Yeah.
Date of birth?
February 22nd, 2011.
February 27, 2000?
22nd,
Oh, sorry. 22nd,
2011.
2011.
just had her 13th birthday.
13.
1418 Charlie 405, what's the name of the signal aid?
Madeline Soto, age 13. I'm trying to get a clothing description now. What was she last seen wearing?
26 County Charlie 405, people hit my call 931, it's the same call.
Green hoodie,
Green hoodie,
white Crocs,
white Crocs,
either blue or black pants.
I think black shorts.
Black shorts?
Yeah.
black shorts? Okay. Black shorts. Alright. Do you know if she has like friends in the area?
She does, but she doesn't know where they live.
She doesn't know where they live. Okay.
I asked all of them.
Okay. Is this like, does she like have any places that you guys know that she'll usually be at? Any friend's house? Any places that like she likes to hang out?
Typically.
No.
Jennifer and Stephen stated that Stephen had dropped Maddie off near Hunters Creek Middle School that morning. However, she never attended classes that day. The deputies searched the area where she was last seen, areas where they'd received tips, and any areas where their investigative leads took them. Ultimately, the search came up empty. Jennifer and Stephen made public appeals, urging anyone with information to come forward.
We are desperate for any answers, anything that you could do to help. I'm here for it. Just please, if you see my daughter, just please bring her home.
Sorry. It's hard. We just wanted a baby girl back.
As hours turned into days, the search for Maddie intensified, and troubling questions emerged about her last moments before disappearing. Detectives found inconsistencies in Stephen Stern's story about the day Maddie went missing. Surveillance footage showed him throwing away items later confirmed to be Maddie's belongings in a trash compactor. A search of Stern's phone exposed chilling evidence. Over 1,700 explicit images of Madeline, along with other disturbing material involving children, stored on his Google Drive. This horrifying discovery left detectives with no doubt Stephen was a predator. Investigators also found an unusual text exchange between Maddie and Stearns. Days before her disappearance, Maddie sent him a link to an Amazon product, a coin designed for new parents to decide who would care for the baby. Her message read, "Get this for us, please." The discovery fueled a chilling theory. Could Maddie have been pregnant? And was this the reason for her tragic fate?
We continue to follow breaking news in Osceola County. The body of 13-year-old Maddie Soto has been found. The Orange County Sheriff's Office just confirmed that news.
On March 1st, 2024, investigators uncovered a heartbreaking scene in a wooded area off Hickory Tree Road, just miles from Maddie's home. The discovery of her crushed her family's hopes and sent shockwaves of grief through the community, confirming their worst fears. Now, the focus shifted to finding out what led to Maddie's devastating end and the part Stephen Stearns played in it. Under questioning, Stephen claimed his phone had been accidentally factory reset on the day Maddie disappeared. However, forensic experts recovered damning evidence, including years of incriminating images and disturbing videos involving Maddie. Additionally, Stephen's phone contained inappropriate photos of a female tenant living at the Soto house, clearly taken without her consent. Investigators revealed that Stearns had placed his phone under the tenant's door to capture these images.
From what I understand, that you gave the deputies consent to look through your phone. You did? Okay. And you voluntarily gave it to them so they could bring it here to do the extraction and stuff like that. Okay. What do you think was on the phone?
Text messages. Emails. Phone stuff.
Pictures?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of pictures were on there?
Training card pictures. Lightsaber pictures. Disney pictures.
By this point, Stearns knew the detectives had found the evidence on his phone. They were giving him a chance to admit it, but he kept lying and refused to admit that he had inappropriate content on his phone.
Do you have a Google account?
Yeah.
Do you save pictures to your Google account?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Or is it automatically? I know sometimes phones sync to a cloud and...
Yeah, I think it backs up to Google.
Mm-hmm. And then sometimes when you reset your phone and your phone updates and puts these apps back on your phone, sometimes they will put the images back on your phone.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you have
Oh, I assume so.
any pictures of you? And
Probably. I mean, we went to Disney, took selfies on the train. She got back from Puerto Rico and had her hair braided. We got pictures of that. All sorts of pictures. Family events. I'm not as much of a shutter button. I take them every once in a while.
any other pictures that you can think of? Here's where I'm going to be brutally honest with you. There's your phone. And I'm pretty sure you know what some of those pictures are about. You're a very intelligent person. and I don't want you to discredit yourself by saying you don't know about all the pictures that are on your phone. You understand what I'm saying? So do you want to add to the list of pictures?
Should I be talking with a lawyer right now?
Stephen's own words during a recorded jailhouse call to his father added to the mystery in one chilling statement.
You know, you and I can have a conversation, all of us could have a conversation to understand what's taken place, how this came about, how you arrived here, because it would help us better understand the situation, because we're at a loss for understanding how all this came about. I mean, we're just totally baffled. Well, I didn't start it. Oh, you didn't start it, but you participated in it, which is just as bad as not starting it.
He said, "I didn't start it," leaving investigators questioning who or what he was referring to. Was Stephen shifting the blame? Or was there more to this story than anyone had realized? Or was he, like many predators, trying to justify his actions and convince himself that he was still a good person, despite everything? In addition to the evidence uncovered on Stephen's phone, investigators discovered a pair of men's boxer shorts in Madeline's laundry basket. They found one of Madeline's notebooks, where explicit drawings were disturbingly placed alongside algebra notes. Detectives also questioned Jennifer Soto, uncovering disturbing details about the household dynamics. Among the revelations was a strange and unsettling arrangement. Stephen frequently shared a bed with Maddie.
When you guys showed me the picture of her, I believed the stuff, but I didn't want to believe that he had done anything evil to her. I'm like, what if he did this stuff fine? But what if she's still missing out there? What if somebody took her? I still wanted to believe I believed him. I believed his whole story. So I was just like, I kept repeating that part. I'm just like, what if she did get dropped off? What if she got abducted? What if she's missing? But that was me assuming that you guys had the wrong guy. I wanted to think he was a good guy still, but clearly he's not. After everything you guys have told me and have shown me, I know he's the worst person on this face of the earth.
We know
right
that now. We know he's a piece of shit now.
You know.
But you didn't know that then.
I didn't.
Then you offered a guy who the police suspected of kidnapping, abducting, assisting in the disappearance. Offered him a lawyer. And then we don't have to roundtable that. You went back to what you just said is the sex stuff is fine.
It's not fine.
Hold on. I know every relationship is different, and I know everybody's family is different. I won't ask, but going back on, has he expressed interest in, I'll use the word weird, I'm not going to shame anybody for what they like, different sexual pleasures, different sexual experiences, different kinks that involve things you weren't comfortable with?
The only thing he's ever expressed to me was like,
okay,
he had an anal kink.
Okay.
But that was something I was never comfortable with or doing, and I let him know that. But that's not like something.
That's fine. You guys slept in the same bed together. Stephen was a big portion of your life at one point. Stephen was a big portion of your life at one point. And this is not me coming at you as a person or a bad person, because shit happens in the past. In the past, we can't change the past. Has he ever expressed to you? Never. Has he ever made these statements about made you feel different?
No.
Okay. When you guys slept in the same bed together, in the middle, did you ever wake up and find them cuddling? Did you ever wake up and find them closer than you thought they should be?
They would snuggle, yeah.
Okay.
But we all snuggle. I didn't think that was that problem.
So if you guys are sleeping in the same bed and she's in the center, you've woken up and they're snuggling. They're under the same blanket. They're not under the same blanket.
No.
But just like
she's got her own blanket.
Spooning for what? What is snuggling to you? Because to me, snuggling, spooning, big spoon, little spoon.
He would lay down like this, and she would be right here in the nook.
Okay. How do you guys sleep? You guys sleep clothed, unclothed? I sleep clothed.
Yeah. Shirt,
pants, pajama sets.
Yes.
Everybody.
I sleep in like my everyday clothes.
Okay.
On pajamas or baggy t-shirts and shorts.
Okay.
And Stefan would sleep with his t-shirt or boxers, sometimes with his pants on. But he didn't have pajamas.
Okay. So they would snuggle, sometimes him being in his boxers. You would wake up and she'd be in the nook of his arm, essentially in a cuddling position. And you never found that weird?
No.
Okay.
During an interview, Stephen's mother, Deborah, shared her strong disapproval and discomfort upon learning about the sleeping arrangements involving Maddie, Stephen, and Jennifer.
The only thing that we knew that was wrong, and we addressed it immediately, was when we became aware of the co-sleeping arrangements. And they were here at our house. And at that point, I put my foot down and said, Madeline's not sleeping in the room with you. She's too old for that. And I said, you need to stop doing that at home too. And I talked to both Jen and to Stefan. And Jen says, well, she comes in at night. She gets scared. She comes in at night and climbs into bed, and I can't stop her. I said, does your door have a lock on it? She said, yes. I said, well, then you use the damn lock. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then to send your child off to sleep with a man in another room in a single bed together, who is not a biological relative. And Madeline is the one that told me about the co-sleeping, not Stefan and not Jen. Madeline did. When she related, she said it was a funny story. She says, oh, I was in bed with Mom and Stefan, and when I woke up in the morning, my leg was draped over him, and she went, isn't that funny? I said, no, it's not. I don't find that funny.
Jennifer's protective behavior, even after seeing the inappropriate pictures found on Stephen's phone, led detectives to question what exactly she was trying to protect by defending Stephen.
Of Stefan?
No.
The first thought you had was to ask his father if he should get a lawyer?
No. I saw a picture. I didn't see I didn't know she was getting until yesterday. I saw the picture of the oral happening. And I knew that was true, right? That's evidence. That's for real. That's happening. But I kept thinking, they're going... I don't know why I can't tell you why my brain kept thinking, no, he didn't kill her. Not that he didn't kill her, but she's still missing. She's still out there. She was taken. Yes, he's done this to her. And that's not okay. But I swore I felt in my body she was still alive. She was still out there. I told Chris to get him a lawyer because I felt like you guys were chasing the wrong person. But you weren't. You're not.
We showed you a picture. The picture you saw, she was giving to a grown-ass man. And you told his dad to get him a lawyer. Missing, right? Now you... But then you just thought she was missing. And we were showing you our investigative lead being not consensual. Whether she wants to do it or not, that is not consensual. And you prioritized him again. You prioritized him by offering him or telling his dad to get him a lawyer. Not what the do. Not, hey, we need to figure out what happened. No, let's protect Stefan.
I was in shock. I always assumed the best in him. But I didn't ask him directly. I didn't even suspect. Not until you guys showed me that picture upstairs. We're here. I don't know.
I'm just thinking of, if I name places, it's going to be wooded areas that I can think of, but he hasn't told me anything. Like, he has not told me, or we haven't discussed.
So him going to 192 that day, all you know is that he went to 192.
He said he wanted to visit House Card Rules. That was one of he named 3 stores, and that's one store I can remember him listing on that list.
House Card Rules?
Yeah. I don't know. I let him do what he does, but I don't trust a lot of his. Is the word judgment? I'm not sure, but I just don't trust that he makes the smartest decisions sometimes. Like, he likes to act like the smartest man in the room, but I don't think he is.
Do what he does. Meaning?
I'm sorry?
You said, I let him do what he does.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
If he wants to just get up and go to the store, I'll ask where you're going, but I won't stop him. Just let him go on his way. I'll let him do what he wants to do.
Initially, Jennifer had stated that she saw Madeline early on the morning of her disappearance, and even described to officers exactly what she was wearing that day before Stephen took her to school. However, she later changed her story during subsequent interviews.
There was no sleeping in the bed with him and all, but he was a groomer. So if Erica V has come across a groomer, maybe she knows someone, maybe she had this experience, and she has the right to feel, her and everyone else.
Jennifer admitted she had concerns about Stephen's behavior, but claimed she never suspected anything inappropriate. But her remarks about fearing a Woody Allen situation only deepened the public's skepticism.
But there were times that they'd beg for sleepovers, like, please, we just want to stay up late watching movies. And I would be too tired to stay up late, so I would say, fine, go ahead and do it. But just this once, like, I don't know if I was ever comfortable with it.
But you told them to go Sunday night to go sleep together.
I did. That was a selfish move on my part. It's because I wanted a good night's sleep. I didn't want her kicking me or rolling into me or waking me up, or to hear her alarm so that it woke me up. I wanted to keep sleeping until I needed to sleep, because I just had not, with my training schedule, I have not had a good night's sleep. My medication was out of whack.
He's never said anything to you or anything about it?
No. If anything, I've always told him that my biggest fear is that this would turn into a Woody Allen situation where the stepdaughter or the dad grooms the child and the child turns 18 and ends up running away with him. I told him, like, that was my biggest fear, and I don't ever want that happening. Like, you can't do that to me. Like,
why would you say that to him?
Because I never trusted. I grew up being told never trust a man. My mom put that in my body. Never trust a man.
Had Stephen been grooming Maddie from the very beginning, preying on her innocence since her earliest years? Had Jennifer ignored the warning signs? Or was she another victim of Stephen's manipulation? Or had they both conspired to create this twisted arrangement together? In April 2024, Stephen Stearns was arrested and charged with Maddie's tragic, along with a series of abuse charges that revealed a harrowing pattern spanning several years. The evidence against him was undeniable. Stephen Stearns now stands on the brink of a possible death sentence. But for Maddie's friends and family, the truth arrived far too late, and many questions still remain unanswered. The case is far from over. With trials ahead, Maddie's loved ones and the community continue to seek justice for a life taken too soon. Madeline Soto's story is a heartbreaking reminder of the vital need to protect those who cannot protect themselves. It reveals how ignoring warning signs or staying silent can have devastating consequences. Her case forces us to confront the failures that let her down, failures that let us all down, and to question how a 13-year-old girl could remain unprotected from a predator living in her own home. It demands action to ensure such a tragedy is never repeated.